To become fearless, we must begin. We face our biggest mountains. You've got this.
You know the feeling. Your heart is racing. Your palms are sweating. Your stomach is in knots. There is something you want to do, but you are scared. You are terrified. You are paralyzed. The fear is so loud that you cannot hear anything else, and you want it to go away. You want to be fearless. I have been there. I know the feeling. I know the fear. And I am telling you, you can become fearless. Not because you will never be scared again, because you will learn to act despite the fear. Let me tell you something I have learned the hard way. Fearlessness is not the absence of fear. It is not about being unafraid. It is about being afraid and doing it anyway. It is about feeling the fear and moving forward anyway. It is about being scared and taking the action anyway. That is what fearlessness is. It is not about not being afraid. It is about not letting the fear stop you. I used to think that fearless people were never scared. I used to think that they were born without fear. I used to think that I would never be like them. I was wrong. Fearless people are scared too. They just do not let the fear stop them. They act despite it. Here is the first thing you need to understand. Fear is not the problem. The problem is what you do with the fear. The problem is letting the fear stop you. The problem is letting the fear control you. The fear is just a feeling. It is a signal. It is not a command. You do not have to obey it. I used to let fear control me. I used to let it stop me. I used to let it keep me from doing the things I wanted to do. I let it keep me small. I let it keep me stuck. I let it keep me from being who I wanted to be. And the fear was not protecting me. It was imprisoning me.
I want you to think about something. Think about a time when you were scared and you did it anyway. Think about a time when you felt the fear and you moved forward anyway. Think about a time when you were terrified and you acted despite it. How did it feel? Probably good. Probably freeing. Probably like you were alive. That is what fearlessness feels like. It feels like being alive. It feels like being free. It feels like being yourself. And you can have more of that. You can choose to act despite the fear. You can choose to move forward despite the fear. You can choose to be fearless.
Let me tell you about something I have learned about fear. Fear grows in the dark. It grows when you avoid it. It grows when you run from it. It grows when you let it control you. And fear shrinks when you face it. It shrinks when you act despite it. It shrinks when you move toward it. I used to run from my fears. I used to avoid the things that scared me. I used to let fear keep me from living. And the fear grew. It got bigger. It got louder. It got more powerful. When I started facing my fears, everything changed. The fear started to shrink. It started to lose its power. It started to become manageable. Here is something that has helped me. I started to ask myself, what is the worst that could happen? And then I asked myself, can I handle that? The answer was almost always yes. I could handle it. I could survive it. I could figure it out. The worst case scenario was not as bad as I thought it was. And even if it was bad, I could handle it. I used to imagine the worst case scenario and let it paralyze me. I used to think about all the ways things could go wrong. I used to let the fear of failure keep me from trying. When I started asking myself if I could handle the worst case scenario, the fear started to fade. I want you to think about the people you admire. Think about the people who seem fearless. They are not lucky. They are not special.
They just decided that they would not let fear stop them. They decided that they would act despite the fear. They decided that they would move forward despite the fear. You can make that decision too. You can decide that you will not let fear stop you. You can decide that you will act despite the fear. You can decide that you will be fearless. Not because you are not scared, because you are willing to act anyway. Let me tell you about something I have learned about courage. Courage is not about being brave. It is about being willing. It is about being willing to feel the fear and act anyway. It is about being willing to be scared and move forward anyway. It is about being willing to be uncomfortable and do what needs to be done anyway. I used to think that courage was something you had or did not have. I used to think that brave people were born brave. I was wrong. Courage is a choice. It is a choice you make every time you act despite the fear. And you can make that choice. You can choose courage. Here is something that has helped me. I started to think of fear as a compass. The fear points to where I need to go. The things I am afraid of are the things I need to do. The things that scare me are the things that will help me grow. The fear is not the enemy. The fear is the guide. I used to run from the things that scared me. I used to avoid the things that made me uncomfortable. I used to let fear keep me from growing. When I started seeing fear as a compass, everything changed. I started to move toward the things that scared me. I started to grow. I started to become more. Think about the life you could live if you were fearless. The risks you could take, the dreams you could pursue, the person you could become. That life is not far away. It is one decision away. It is one action away. It is one fear away. You can start living that life today. Not because you are not scared, because you are willing to act anyway. Not because you know what will happen, because you trust that you can handle whatever happens. Not because you are fearless, because you are willing to be scared and do it anyway. The voice that says you cannot is not telling the truth. It is not trying to help you. It is trying to keep you safe. And safety is not the goal. The goal is to live. The goal is to become. The goal is to be who you are meant to be. And who you are meant to be is someone who is fearless. You can be that person. You are that person. You just have to decide to be. You just have to act like it. You just have to start. Become fearless. Not because you will never be scared again, because you will act despite the fear. You are enough. You are capable. And it is time to act like it. Become fearless. Not because it is easy, because you are capable. Not because you will never be scared, because you will act despite the fear. Not because you know what will happen, because you trust that you can handle whatever happens. You are enough. You are brave, and it is time to act like it. You are brave. Act like it.